We've all got scars, some on the outside and some on the inside. But we can't be defined by our scars. I've spoken with some extraordinary people about how they've become empowered by their scars. This is I've Got Scars, baby.
I started to, shift my focus to the Paralympics, right? Because up until the age of, I would say, 21, my goal was the Olympics, right? So it's the United States of America Olympic and Paralympic organization, community, whatever have you. And the Paralympics, obviously, for athletes with physical disabilities. And so, I'm with this coach, and she calls me out. She's like, hey, I've been checking you out. You're not really getting too much faster. You kind of remind me of my cerebral palsy patients. I'm like, man, funny you say that. I got this thing going on. And so I gave her the spiel, and she's like, why you never said nothing? I was like, well, you never asked. So
okay, now that's machismo,
right
all
right?
the way.
That's machismo.
Like, wait. So you just going, and you're like, hey, I'm an athlete.
Yep.
I do what athletes do. I'm at practice. We doing our thing, and that's just what it is.
That's just what it is.
And then she's like, so. Let me ask you a question real quick. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, well, just so you know, like real quick.
Super casual.
I got this thing called CMT. So technically I shouldn't even be walking. So, but anyway, whatever.
Right.
So you want me to get it back out there real quick?
If I may say, that's actually a pretty good, rendition of
wow.
I'm a real underplay stuff type of guy.
I can't even with you.
I'm a real
You're
down
that
player.
person that'll be like, yeah, so I got 18 bullet wounds over here.
Right,
it's fine.
But
it's
I'm
fine.
good though. I'm
so
alive.
this side works just fine.
Right.
Let's go. I can shoot the basketball right over here. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the idea of what kind of guy you are or were.
Yep.
And so when did you get to this point within yourself that you say, you know what, Jamal, you might want to actually accept this.
Yeah, I mean,
accept your limitations.
That was probably one of the most emotional moments of my life thus far. So it's like, as far as I think, again, we talk about machismo, crying and the expression of emotion, emoting itself, right, is very almost like anti, right?
Yeah.
Not welcome, but also not strongly endorsed. So before, I see a good movie. I love to cry during a good movie, something like that. But just in terms of everyday life, somebody passing away, it usually just doesn't bring me to that emotional place. But now we're in this space where I'm really having to face, kind of the man in the mirror, right? And I've been wearing these glasses, right? That's not really me.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's my coach, she's like, we should check out the Paralympics. Unless we can cure this, this is the route we're going to have to go on. So I shut that down real quick. I hear her with the listen, you got to stay in your lane.
Oh.
In so many words. You feel with respectful, but it was just a don't go there with me.
It's you were basically look, I want to be in the Olympics. This is my dream.
Right. I felt disrespected, right? Because she was challenging who I had told myself I was as a man, as a human being, right? That's who she was challenging, right? And so I don't go there. You feel me? And so she respected it. She didn't go there with me. A few months later, we had a friend come out from Britain, and so in a short distance, even with I can pretty much hold my own, even in a short distance. Like I said, I've gotten really good at this magic of illusion, right? These muscle compensation patterns. So we get on the diving blocks. Those are the starting platforms outside of the water. We dive in, we swim, we come back, we watch the video. He says to me, hey, Jamal, I was over a meter or two ahead of you just off the start. Did you know your legs don't work? I was like, yeah, no, I did. I knew, right? Because we're looking at the video. So
and he just saw it.
He just saw it. I mean, it's not hard to see.
Okay.
It's if you saw somebody jump and then you saw somebody fall over.
Gotcha.
That would be that is quite literally the difference.
Oh, wow.
Somebody springing out.
Yeah.
And then somebody going to spring out, but essentially just toppling over.
Wow.
Yeah. So that it's really, really obvious.
Okay.
You know, but I mean, like, you know, if you're paying attention, it's how I'm like most things.
But you're
right?
like, okay, whatever, I got this. What's up?
Yeah. So he's like, oh, bro, you should check out the Paralympics. You would kill it. Like, I've got some friends, and like he could already. As soon as he said it, he was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Like,
and your face was your face.
Yeah, it was like I was trying to check myself. Like I don't like being checked by other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I really try and check my own ego as much as possible. So I excused myself from practice. I went, took a cool little 5 minutes, spoke with God, came back. I was like, you know what? She said it. This dude right here never met me before. He's saying it. Maybe we should check it out.
Yeah.
Right? So we go ahead, we do. We go to the first meet. I win these medals. Things are going well. And I have a breakdown, like a full-on just mental, emotional breakdown. It's like I call my parents into the house, like I'm just boo-hoo crying because it's like all this stuff is like really hitting real now. Like I don't want there to be anything wrong with me.
Yeah.
Like I just don't want there to be anything wrong with me.